When was the last time that you had a conflict? From the moment we begin to communicate with other people, we find that we encounter conflicts. Conflicts are inevitable. They are a fact of life. No matter what your personality type, you're going to encounter conflict. I know there have been many times in my past where I have encountered conflict and not dealt with it very well. So it's important to understand conflict and its many facets. Today we want to look at various aspects of conflict. First, we want to see how conflict can be of value and the reasons behind conflict. We want to learn how to effectively deal with conflict, and finally how to communicate through conflict. But first, let's look at how conflict can be of value. When many people think of conflict, they think of something negative, but conflict is not positive or negative. Conflict is just a disagreement between two individuals and doesn't have to turn out bad all the time. So conflict can be of value. During a conflict, boundaries can be set. Suppose someone took something of yours without your permission. The ensuing conflict could teach that person never to take anything again. During a conflict, people can express feelings. Studies have shown that people that suppress those feelings often feel resentful later on in life. Well, expressing those feelings can curb resentful feelings. During conflicts, needs can be established. For example, you might have a partner or spouse that says that they need to hear "I love you" more frequently. Well, that may cause a conflict with you because you feel like you already say "I love you" enough. But ultimately, upon review, you find that it is important to say it more frequently, and you do that. During conflict, we can see a balance of power come out. If one person in a conversation is dominating that conversation and the other person is intimidated, if that intimidated person stands up and tries to interject, it might cause a conflict, but ultimately, in the next conversation, that domineering person may not be as domineering. During conflict, people learn that they can survive all these minor disagreements. So we've seen that conflict can have value. Now let's take a look at why conflicts occur. Conflicts can occur for many reasons. Differences in needs can cause a conflict. The desire to connect with others but also retain your freedom can cause a conflict. The desire for stability but at the same time change can create a conflict. For example, you may enjoy walking the dog every night, but you would like to have a change every now and then, and maybe your roommate walk the dog instead. That can create a conflict. Or the desire to express yourself but also retain your privacy may cause a conflict. For example, a politician may want to talk about politics on the trail but not his family. Differences in beliefs and values can create conflict. Disagreements sometimes occur when a person expects another person to pick up on implicit conversation. For example, that's high content conversation. Let's just say you want a raise, but you don't come out and tell your boss, you hint. But your boss never picks up on the hint. That can cause a conflict. It can cause you to feel angry or upset. Disagreements sometimes occur when one person expects the other one to speak explicitly, which is low content conversation. The example being, your boss finds out that you're upset with him because he didn't give you a raise, but he didn't know that you wanted one. He's angry now because he expected you to speak more explicitly. Differences in goals can create a conflict. Conflicts can occur when goals of others are looked at as unimportant. Conflicts can occur if one person is focused on their own goals and not the group goals. So today we've looked at the value of conflict and we've looked at the possible reasons behind conflict. And that's good to know, but that's not enough. For us to really understand conflict, we need to know how to effectively deal with conflict and effectively communicate through those conflicts.